Yes, hello everybody, welcome. It's Alex B and André Luther, and today we introduce you to a famous track on a special layout and with special car. So, the introduction of today is about rFactor 2 and the weekly event, and this time it was taking place in Sebring. Yes, and the car used are the Mini Cooper MK2. Yes, so I will explain you a little bit. First, for the one who don't know, Sebring is a track in America, which is part of the Le Mans America, and on is a normal layout. By the way, the layout which is in use here, it's a Johnson MK1, which is a smaller radius one, and which is 2.7 kilometer. And yes, this is what is used here. And there you can, and the Mini MK2 that we have already seen on another race. If you want to see it in action, you can watch on our the Monaco rFactor that we have done. And so to explain you about Sebring, for the one who don't know, Sebring is in California, and the circuit of Sebring, of course, is on the city, and it has been built on a former military airport on the 50s, and as get several change around the time, and the classic normal version is 5.9 km with 17 curve, and it's on the it's part of the 12 hours of sim rings, which are part of the endurance circuit, and one of the most famous one for America, together with Indianapolis. So one of the most famous one. And normally the Johnson Club is only used for test, and you have also the school circuit of 3.2 km, which is another variant that you can use. And yes, so you see it was made on this Hendricks Army Airfield on 1940, on the 40s, and then it was started first by Motorrad. Then it has turned with the auto a little bit later, and in the 80s and 90s I've been a Fangio chicane has been created here also, and there were also a carousel, North-Sud carousel, which has been also modified several times on the 70s, 80s, 90s. So, and has finally been as on the last on the S curve that we have right now. So. So it has been, yes, it has taken several change and all this. So the 12 hours of Sebring are, of course, the major race which take place here. And it has started in 1952. And of course, right now it's on the IMSA Sport Cars Championship. Yes. And apropos, if you like endurance, I don't know if you are like me, but you will be very interested to know that soon is coming Le Mans Ultimate, which is the official game for the Endurance Championship. Not the IMSA, but the championship, you know. And with Le Mans Europe, for example, Le Mans Monza, Bahrain, so also Le Mans Asia, and yeah, of course, and anything you can find on Le Mans or on the virtual Le Mans. So, and with of course all the official team, official car, and but this we will show you later, of course, when the game will be out. So, but it's the same company of rFactor. That's why I'm speaking about this right now. And yes, as you know, there is a lot of tradition of race in America. And do you know that Sebring was also a little bit Formula One in 1959? Yeah, it until 2019. So it was a long time, but it was a 1,000 miles race finally, and finally the FIAs decide to turn it into an endurance race. So for our best pleasure with LMP and GT, like we know, and some NASCAR also. Yes, and by the way, it's the playoff of the NASCAR has taken place in Daytona a few weeks ago, and soon the new NASCAR seasons will come for all the American fans. So this it's really interesting too. And yes, I have seen a documentation on Netflix about the NASCAR playoff of this year, and inside I was very surprised to see that to tell you how realistic are those sim racing games. It's that a young man with less than 18 years old has now win the playoff of the NASCAR and has learned all this on iRacing. Yes, incredible but true. At only 13 years old, he was already knowing how to drive here before driving a normal car. Yeah, and you see, and I think I've heard a case like this for Gran Turismo also, but there is several cases finally, and just to prove that the sim racing are really realistic, and you can and for example on with this Mini you have with a wheel and the edge shifter, it's really super. Yeah, I recommend you, by the way, edge shifter for this car because it's an old car and it's the way it drives the best. With a differential, you will maybe not have the same result as it's not a modern car. For every car like this, it's really better to opt for a shifter. No matter if you are on a console or on a PC, by the way. And yes, for console people, I must say, mostly a lot of people play with a controller, yeah, of course. But I think the best is I recommend you, if you love racing, if you really love driving and wants to drive such Assetto Corsa competition, for example, or Assetto Corsa, or Formula One, or VRC, especially VRC, it's better that you add to your setup a wheel and a head shifter and pedal, of course, and according to your budget, of course. Yes, this I think it's a good recommendation for any console player who really wants to have the full experience of the game. On the controller, you will never have the drive feeling like this, you know. So it's just a small recommendation that I do that I give for any console owner, no matter if it's a Xbox or a PlayStation. Yes, it's. And yes, there is also a small minus on the console, is you will have the official DLC, yes, but you can't really mod your game. Yeah, this is a small notice for you. So, and Forza Motorsport, let's recognize it, is really arcade game. So, and with not really motivation to progress and all this. So it's a good game. The graphics are good, okay, but yes, there is a big difference between this or Assetto Corsa Competition, for example, which are games like this for this kind of game, let's say. Yeah, there is big difference, and this I invite you. I really recommend you to test it and see the difference if you are as a console owner. And of course, if you really love driving, best is to switch on a PC and with triple screen or with VR, at your choice. And apropos, if you're still skeptical about VR, I must tell you something. Not so long ago, I was very skeptical about VR because I was getting a bad experience with a material in VR, and it was not going good because I have sunglasses, and it was not going good. But, no, the difference, I just can't stand driving without a VR anymore. You know why? Because you can watch around on your up and down and on your fenster left to right and totally 360 degree and see all what is around you. The car, the tribune, all the details. Because look, this track is really very detailed, you see? It's full of details everywhere, from the wind on the tree till the grass to the gummy on the piste, all, because you have the real state of the track also, which is implemented directly on rFactor too, when you play on the online things. And I must say the online system of rFactor is very similar to the one of iRacing. So very honestly, it's really good. You have a ranking base, of course, with bronze, silver, gold, and of course, most important is not the driver ranking, it's the safety ranking, which is much more important on this game. If you drive fast but not safe, you will crash or be DNF at the end. So this is a good note for people who come from simulation, like Forza Motorsport or something else. So this is something that you have to take in account also when you come for take a foot the first time on a sim racing game like this one. So for rookie, it's quite rookie friendly, but be careful to not disturb the race of the other people who are maybe faster. So be respectful of the rules, and all will be good. In this case, it will be rookie friendly. So, or even you will have the backdraft of the people, or maybe a report. So, which is worse. So, which, apropos report, do you know that it's not made by the machine? No, it's made by some human who watch the race. It's a human race control. So, which is really a good thing, and which will be also like this on Le Mans Ultimate, I think. So, yes, Le Mans Ultimate will be also controlled by human. Good, very good news. So, in 2 weeks, I think you can already drive Le Mans Ultimate, inclusive Sebring and many other ones track. Of course, Le Mans, yeah. This comes to the point, but directly with the official race, all official things, anything official on it. So, yeah, the official VRC or FIA. So, like the VRC for the rally, for example, EA VRC for rally, or Formula One, EA Formula One for Formula One. Yeah. It will be done on the same way for this, so really good. And yes, about the detail in VR, I think you see also more of those details, honestly, than even any triple string could do. But after, it's also a matter of taste, of course. If you don't like to have something on your head when you drive, it's also a choice, of course. So it's really. Yes, I don't want to make a debate about this. There is so much people who debate non-stop about this. But yes, for me, I think it's a matter of taste. But on my side, I prefer the VR because you see really much more things that you could never think, even with the best equipment of graphic cards or triple screen or whatever. And VR is even very usable, even on let's say middle class computer. It's also okay. Yeah, a lot of people say yes, you need big RTX and all the big things. No, I don't think so. Honestly, it's possible to run it on very average setup, and it works. And it has even no lagging if you don't use it in Wi-Fi. With a good cable, on any normal gaming computer, it works. So, or let's say good gaming computer, it's good. So it's totally okay, and you have no lag, no unsharpness, and something like this. Yes, apropos VR, I can tell you for comparison, I've tested the one of Automobilista 2, and I find it a little bit superior. You can also drive iRacing in VR, also, so also possible. But for me, it's the one of Automobilista was the superior one, because and Assetto Corsa, if you use some mods, or for example, you can use the mod Reshed, which is also for Automobilista 2, and which can make you a very good effect too. Of course, on rFactor 2 online, you can't use any mod or anything. Yeah? This is a small notice, but you can use it offline. Of course, there is also some funny mod, like the Montlhéry track, for example, of rFactor 2. And this is, we will probably provide a video on this because it's something unique and funny. But this I will tell you later. And apropos VRC, I can tell you it's also really good because it's drive with very good with a shifter and a round wheel, and it's really fantastic. It's a good experience, even without the VR. Yes, I know that Dirt Rally allows you to be in VR. This I know, but VRC offer you a very good experience. But especially on Xbox, of course, and on computer, it's totally working very good too. So no matter on which one you drive, you will like it. But this we will explain you later on some other video, of course. Apropos, if you want to see more daily race or weekly race of rFactor that we have done before, just look around on this channel. And you will find some different races that we have done with different type of car. Oh, here there is a small crash. I think it's Andre here. Oh yeah. Ah yeah, it can happen. It's yes, like in real, finally. Look, in real there is no race with no crash. This doesn't exist. So, except on maybe Formula 1, but of nowadays. But this is totally another story. Again, a debate that I will not say here. But anyway, I like Formula 1, don't worry. Just a small notice. But yes. And I can tell you something apropos rFactor or apropos iRacing. You can find some famous pilot on it, like Max Verstappen, for example, which participate to official event on iRacing, for example, and has also participated in Virtual Le Mans in rFactor. Yes, unfortunately uninstalled it because it was alpha version of the game, and the test was not totally running smooth, let's say, but this is another story. Just a small mention. But apropos, Virtual Le Mans will be this year on this game, and it will be probably very good. By the way, if you want to participate to it, you must just make a hot lap on, for example, one in Monza or one in Sebring, and then you are qualified. But you must just complete one hot lap on one of these tracks, and some other ones too, and it's give you the qualify for Virtual Le Mans. So with your team, of course. So you can build a team and go and come around with your friend, which is really good. Yes, about the online system of rFactor is one of the best because it's not only based on just a Liga or a private server like on Automobilista, for example, or like on the Assetto Corsa competition and all this, which works very good with the LFM, apropos. And but rFactor don't work anymore with the LFM, by the way, because of this new system. Because this new system is totally fine by himself, in fact. So, and it's always full around the hour. You have always some people, no matter if it's some American, and it's always mixed up all around the world. You can find even some Chinese or Japanese even, who are there, and so any nationalities, and it's always going really good. So it's always serious people who are there. So it's interesting, very interesting to do. And about the car feeling for this Mini, to come back to this point, it's really a nostalgic feeling, you know. And you go maybe less faster than on a modern car, but it's anyway very good. And you see, it can also crash easily, as you could have seen here. Yes, like this, for example. Yeah, it, but. It's just to say that on rFactor it's really like this. It's really make it like in real, like finally on a real race. And Mini has really not the speed limiter, as is really good to be drive on a edge shifter, better than on a differential, for example. So really realistic way. So I really recommend you to drive it with a shifter, edge shifter. Yes, of course. This is a recommendation for this type of car, and hopefully Le Mans Ultimate will also be soon on the console, so we can't wait for it, and will be with Sebring and all this. And for the moment it's just early access, but the VR will come later, don't worry. So don't start to say there is no VR, the VR will come. So just be patient, and yes, I would recommend to start on the console, because it's really good to. It has super graphics, so it's really interesting to try on the console first, and later when the VR is there, maybe switch to a computer to have the whole possibilities. Yeah, this could be a good thing. So. But yeah, I recommend it to you. By the way, if you have any suggestion or something, any feelings, just tell us on comment. Of course, for example, what you expect about Le Mans Ultimate, and what do you think about driving a nostalgic mini car on a simulation like rFactor? What you think about all this? For example, just tell us. Do you prefer iRacing? Do you prefer what you prefer? What is what are your preferences on sim racing matters? Just tell us in the comment. We are always happy with the comment, and of course at the end, just tell us what is your favorite sims. Me, I can tell you it's difficult to decide, because every sims, let's say, has some advantage and inconvenience, but mostly for me, I can say the winner is Automobilista 2. Yeah, this is my point of view. Andre like a lot rFactor 2, so you see, but and Assetto Corsa or Assetto Corsa Completion also, and of course console game like VRC and all. Apropos, another good rally game, if you like it, to be tested, and which is very good, it's Dakar. But this I will explain you later when we will get some rally video. I will explain you, because I have discovered this and I find this fantastic. But we'll explain you later about this one, because it's really a fun and nice experience. But this I let this for later. Don't worry. So just follow our channel if you are curious, and I invite you to look up after all the different video of sim racing that we have done, to get some other view, and including, for example, a great oval experience in Indianapolis, and this was really like a NASCAR feeling. So this you have to see this, for example, or a Monaco circuit with a Mini. Yes, this you can find it too. for example, or historical Spa with old car, old VV car. Yes, of course, possible. And you see, those Mini are really good skin, I must say. Oh yes, spectacular crash here. It was me. Oh my god, yes, on the online race you have always some particular crash, like this one, for example. Oh, and you see a third person here just crash around. And it's really, it's really heavy, yes. You see, heavy like in real. When you watch rubber on TV or race, there are always some incident like this. And yes, it's no, you have a big crash over there. Oh my god, yes, it's going wide and wide. Oh my god. Yes, it's the same when you watch also on TV. You will see also things like this. So it's finally totally normal. In fact, it's let's say it belongs to the race. It's belong to racing, of course. And look, also interesting, it's if you like Formula car or four wheels car, IndyCar are also interesting. And by the way, we have a Formula famous Formula video with a burning car on rFactor, on Spa. This it's really a historical one. No, really, you have to see this. And look, something funny. When I was making a training on this Indianapolis one time, I have seen next to me also a car going in flame like this. Yes. So you see, like in real, finally, you see. And yes, something is. And apropos, I can tell you something. Last time I was making a P car here on rFactor, and it was raining like hell, and the rain was looking like on Assetto Corsa, very realistic, and or AMS with the real weather. But this I have to tell you a big but. If you are a fan of racing, you will always get a shining sun. Yeah. Because iRacing has no rain, and no real weather. Unfortunately, it's a function that's really missed there. But this is a problem. So you can't really train for the rain and all this. On rFactor, yes, and on AMS you have even a storm mode. And will people say no, it's too heavy with a storm? Nobody drive with a storm. But hey, why not? Can happen. Heavy storm, heavy rain. It's also part of it, of the real weather in AMS, for example, or Assetto Corsa too, with some mods. Yeah. Okay, so I tell you, thank you all for watching. Bye.